Hey everybody, my name is Michael and I'm back with another video for you guys today. Today I'm going to be showing you guys some of my favorite hobby products of 2021. I am going to admit that I blatantly stole this idea from Dana Howl, so please go check out her video as well on this same topic. I think we're going to be covering a wide variety of things that are quite different from what she showcased in her video. But let's go ahead and get into it with the first thing on the list. And one of these things is, these are actually super handy. These are these really big corks that I use for sticking all of my miniatures into when I'm painting them. So a lot of people use like wine corks and things like that. I decided to go with a much bigger version because you can see that it's really comfortable to hold. I can pin miniatures in here. I can paint upside down. It's nice and comfortable to hold on to. I can airbrush these and it doesn't make a big difference. And I have about 10 of these, I want to say, all in this particular size. I get them from a website called Widget Co. that I will try to link down below. They're pretty affordable. I think they do fairly cheap shipping as well. And they sell a huge variety of these in a huge variety of sizes. So if you want something slightly smaller, you can go for that. If you want something larger than this, you can also go for that. Like I said, I really prefer this size right here because it's nice and comfortable to hold on to while I'm painting my miniatures. And yeah, that's going to be the first product. I use a ton of these. I usually have them sitting all over my desk while I'm working on squads of infantry. You can see here, we are currently working on more Alpha Legion. And that's going to be the first thing on the list. Okay, next up on my favorite products of 2021 are these ProAcryl paints from Monument Hobbies. I have a decent selection of these. I don't have their entire line or anything like that. These are acrylic paints. They come in these neat little dropper bottles. Actually, I guess I should say they come in these fairly big dropper bottles. These are 22 milliliters, which is a sizable amount of paint compared to what you'd get from Games Workshop paints or a lot of other manufacturers, which I think tend to, I think most dropper bottles tend to be 18 millimeters. So you're getting milliliters. So you're getting more paint out of these. They are very densely pigmented. So they thin really, really, really well. They go through an airbrush beautifully. You get really nice coverage out of these. And I've been finding a lot of use for pretty much all the colors that I own. Like I said, these are from Monument Hobbies, and they do a really cool thing on their website where you get a discount if you order a certain number of paints. It's either 6 or 8 that you have to add to your cart before the discount starts to apply. But it's a really cool little little bonus if you're buying a bunch of paints anyways. They do have a couple of pre-arranged sets of paints if you'd rather go for that. I think the little bonus discount is also worked into those. But if you're looking for more individual colors rather than the existing sets, you can build your own discounted set. So definitely check that out. Like I said, I airbrush a whole lot with these. Several of these colors have become my go-to colors for painting belt straps and leather straps and pants and just all kinds of stuff. So check these out. Then the other neat thing about these is that each of the little dropper bottles has an agitator in it. So you get a little bit of extra agitation in there when you're shaking your bottles up, and you don't have to go through the extra step of putting agitators in all of your bottles. That is ProAcryl paints from Monument Hobbies. Check those guys out. Okay, next item on my list of favorite products of 2021 is Apoxie Sculpt by Avies. I think that's how you say the company name. Avies Apoxie Sculpt, and basically this is a 2-part modeling compound. You mix equal amounts of A and B, and you get a nice little sandable end result product that dries very hard. Like I said, it's sandable, which is a nice bonus. You can mix it with green stuff to get slightly different properties out of it. And what I've been using it for is making a lot of my basing material. So I will roll it out in sheets. This leads into the next product on the list, which is a texture roller from Green Stuff World. This one happens to be the Egyptian one. And these are, I think they're acrylic rods, basically. So in combination with the Avies Epoxy Sculpt, which I mix with a little bit of green stuff, you basically go ahead and roll this over your modeling putty, and you get a nice little resulting design out of it. And what I tend to do, I roll out nice big sheets of it, and then I break it apart into smaller pieces to use as basing materials on my Alpha Legion army. And so Avies Epoxy Sculpt and the Green Stuff World texture rollers are sort of a combination favorite product here. Green Stuff World has probably close to 24 of these in various themes and sizes. So definitely be sure to check that out. You can get everything from, I think, like magical runes to the Egyptian one, to flagstones, to all kinds of awesome textures. And they're pretty cool. Okay, next favorite product on the list is Kolinsky Sable Brushes by Rosemary & Co. This is a company based out of the UK, and they do really affordable brushes that are excellent quality. And these are Kolinsky Sable, just like the Winsor and Newton brushes that you may have heard pretty much all of the miniature painters talking about. What I like about the Rosemary & Co. brushes is that they are cheaper than Winsor and Newton by a couple bucks a piece, which makes a difference when you're buying multiples at a time. And they also seem to hold up really, really, really well. So my current workhorse sort of brush is a Rosemary & Co. size 3, which is a fairly large brush, but the important thing is that it holds a really, really good point on it. This one obviously is currently not pointed because it doesn't have paint or anything on it, but it actually holds a better point, I think, than my Winsor & Newton size 1 that I also use for small details. And so take care of your brushes. Use a brush cleaner after every couple of painting sessions, and they should last you a really long time. I ended up, on my last order, I think I ended up getting 4 brushes. So I got a size 1, I got a size 2, and then, no, I got 2 size 2s, and then I got this size 3, And as you can tell, I haven't even used the these three yet. I've just been sticking with the size 3 paintbrush for pretty much everything. Now, I don't try to use these for metallic paints. I use these for acrylics only because I don't want to get any of the metallic flakes in the bristles. I use cheap hobby store brushes for that. So look for the packs of you get 8 or 10 brushes for $7 or $8 at your local Michael's or Hobby Lobby or whatever other arts store you have in your area. And those I tend to use the heck out of, use them for all my metallics. So I guess those kind of sort of make the list, but really I wanted to showcase the Rosemary & Co. brushes here. Okay, next on the list is another brand of paint, and these are the Vallejo Mecha Colors airbrush paints. These are really fantastic. I love the ones that I have. There are a couple that I don't use quite as much as the rest, but I'm almost out of the Mecha Colors Black, and the Mecha Colors Orange gets a surprising amount of use as well. These are super easy to airbrush. They don't need a lot of thinning. This orange specifically is a really cool color because the more layers you airbrush, the more intense the color gets on your miniature, which is really, really cool to see once you're actually doing it. Yeah, like I said, Vallejo Mecha Colors, hugely big fan of these. Check them out. They also make an airbrush primer, which I don't have any experience with yet, but I'm looking forward to grabbing some at some point and seeing whether or not I like that particular airbrush primer. So yeah, Vallejo Mecha Colors, next up on the list. Okay, and then last, but definitely not least, I have a couple of paint cups. Now we all use paint cups when we're we all use paint cups when we're painting miniatures, and this one is my new favorite. My wife made this one for me. She has been taking a bunch of pottery classes, and so it's got this really cool glaze on it. It's nice and heavy, which I really prefer in all of my ceramic cups. So there's no chance of ever having it knocked over. It's nice and deep. Probably need to clean the inside of that at some point. So yeah, this is my favorite. I tend to use this one for pretty much everything. I will generally do regular acrylics first and then do metallics afterwards if I need to, and then just rinse it out between uses. And the next is this really cool one that I just got for Christmas that I'm really looking forward to using. And this one has spots right here that you can flip your brushes out of, that you can rest your brushes in, which I think is a really cool idea. So I'm looking forward to using this one as well. Really cool pattern on this one, as you can see. So yeah, I just wanted to show those off, and I wanted to say, if you're using paint cups, you might as well get some cool looking ones, right? So maybe take a look at your local pottery shops, see if there are any local potters in your area. Check various sites like Etsy and see if there are any really cool designs that appeal to you, and make the most out of your painting experience. If you're spending hours and hours at your painting desk, you might as well have a really cool mug that you put your paint water into, and constantly dip your brushes in rather than just an old ceramic coffee mug. Anyways, I think that's about it for this video. I think that's all of my favorite products so far that I can think of that aren't terrain or anything else along those lines. And yeah, let me know if you guys have any favorite hobby products. Let me know if there's anything that you're looking forward to trying out. Let me know just your thoughts and stuff. Please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.